Hello, my name is Richard Kent. I want to talk today about life starting at conception. Now, under British law, life starts at 24 weeks in the womb. However, according to the scriptures, life starts at conception. There's no question about that, and I want to prove that to you from the scriptures. We're told in James chapter 2 that the body without the spirit is dead. And I want to give you three illustrations of how the spirit and the body come together to form human life. The first example I want to give you is recorded in Luke chapter 8, where we have a little girl, Jairus' daughter, who was 12 years old, and she was dead. And the disciples called Jesus to come and pray for her, to bring her back to life. So when Jesus came to Jairus' home, Jesus actually said, "She is not dead, she is just sleeping." Now, the crowds all laughed and jeered at Jesus because they knew perfectly well that Jairus' daughter, we don't know her name, that she was dead. However, Jesus took no notice of what they said. He put everybody outside the room except for the mother, the father, Peter, James, and John. And he spoke to the dead body of the little girl and said, "Little girl, arise." And it says her spirit came back into her body and she came back to life. So there's an example of the spirit coming back into the body and a little girl coming to life, because it is the spirit that gives life. Remember I told you in James, the body without the spirit is dead. Let's look at the creation of Adam in Genesis chapter 2. It says, "The Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his spirit the breath of life, and man became a living being." So Jesus Christ formed man, the structure of man, complete, using all his DNA and all his 100 trillion cells, but that body was dead until Jesus Christ breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. Effectively, the spirit of Adam into the dead body of Adam, and Adam came to life. The body without the spirit is dead, but when you breathe a spirit into a dead body, that body comes to life again. Let's look now at the death of Jesus on the cross. The death of Jesus on the cross is described in all four Gospels. In one of the Gospels it says Jesus gave up his spirit and he died. Jesus gave up his spirit and he died. In other words, Jesus' spirit left his body and his physical body, died. We know his physical body came back to life again 3 days later at the resurrection. But on the cross, Jesus' spirit left his body and he died. So now let's look at conception. Now, at conception, what happens is 23 chromosomes from the dad come together with 23 chromosomes from the mum to make 46 chromosomes, the full complement of chromosomes for the human genome. On that genetic code is encoded all the information for all 100 trillion cells in our bodies. But that is just that's really important, it's totally miraculous, but that single cell would not be alive without an indwelling human spirit, because the body without the spirit is dead. Therefore, that single cell at conception must have an indwelling spirit, otherwise it would be dead, and therefore the spirit must enter at conception. Now, if you think about it, the fact that life starts at conception, not at 24 weeks, and certainly not at 9 months when we are born, has profound implications. For example, we're all 9 months older than we think we are. If you're 24 years old, you're not really 24 years old, you're 24 years, 9 months old. Anyway, what I wanted to do was to make the really important point is that life starts at conception, not at birth and not at 24 weeks, at conception. Our life started at conception. Thanks for listening and God bless you.